Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've just done like a nice autumnal glam sort of makeup just on my day off work. Don't be fooled, I'm not going anywhere special. I'm literally going down to Boots to pick up an online order. So yeah, that's as exciting as my life is at the minute. So if you want to see how I achieved this nice glittery autumn look, then just keep on watching. Actual cheek of me coming on the camera looking like this. Like, I'm just at that point in the month, like all my lash extensions have fell out. I haven't had my brows done in a month, and actual state of these roots, like all the beauty places in Northern Ireland have closed for 4 weeks, so this is what we're working with. So I just thought maybe I'd make myself feel a bit better by doing my makeup, if I can even remember how to do that, because I haven't done it in that long, honestly. Like, I just don't wear makeup, I don't have the effort to do it. So okay, so I've set up my ring light because the lighting was really yellowy. So yeah, I'm just gonna start my makeup. I have no idea like what I'm gonna go for, but I've got my new Stacey Marie Love Tahiti palette, and I'm heading towards these brownie tones just because they're very like autumnal. And I used to be such a colourful eyeshadow person, but you see now, like, I just love a good like brown smoky eye. I'm just gonna start off by moisturising with my simple moisturiser. Nothing overly exciting has really happened in my life like the past month. Like, I signed up to a 9-week academy in Makeup Pro Store starting in January, which I've been wanting to do for ages, but obviously like I was living in Scotland for a while. I was never home long enough to be able to do it. So it's like a 9-week academy, and it's like an advanced sort of course. Like, I've done a beginner's course at Makeup Pro Store in Belfast, but I didn't overly learn a lot about eyeshadow, so I'm really excited to do that. Like, I'm really nervous as well, but yeah, I can't wait. And you get like professional photos taken of your makeup looks and stuff like at the end of the 9 weeks, so I'm excited for that. Oh yeah, I've had a crisis and I've decided I'm dyeing my hair peach because the roots are just not a look, and I cannot be bothered just being blonde anymore. Like, I never get the shade. Like, I get the shade that I want for a good like week or 2 weeks, and then the toner wears off and then it looks like this, and I just can't be bothered like retoning it because my hair is so thick and we'd need like a few tubes of it. So yeah, I've decided to dye it peach. I've ordered like 4 bottles of the Bleach London stuff, which I'm actually picking up today. Like, that's the extent of what I'm doing today. Probably won't work knowing my luck, but oh well. I'm probably going to start off with my brows, and I'm really excited to use this stuff. It's the Illamasqua Brow Cake in the shade Thunder. Oh my god, does the moisturiser want to get off my hands? Please let me open it. Right, so it's just like this powder stuff, and you can use it dry like that if you want like a more soft look, or else you can add water to it and it turns into like a pomade sort of thing. So I'm going to do it wet, I think. I haven't done like a nice defined brow in ages, so I'm going to attempt that. I'm just going to start off by getting a bit of foundation on the back of my hand. I'm just going to start off by putting a bit of foundation above my eyebrows. I'm going to use quite a pale foundation today because someone cried the last time I used foundation that was a few shades too dark. I'm just so pale at the minute. Like, I've let all my natural tan fade and sunbeds are closing out anyway, so I've just decided I'm probably just gonna fake tan during the winter months, which I absolutely hate doing. Like, I hate wearing tan, but I don't want to damage my skin any more than I already have. Like, see, from the sunbeds I've just got like so many like freckles on my legs and stuff, which I know is just like showing how much it's damaging my skin. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a break from it. I bought that Be Perfect watermelon tan, which I'm really excited to try, but I'm waiting until I go to Scotland in a couple of weeks to use that, and I'll probably do a first impressions video on that. And I never fake tan, so I'm excited because it makes you feel like 10 times more confident whenever you're tanned. So I'm just going to brush up my brows. I actually cannot remember how to do my eyebrows. Look how long my eyebrow hair is now. Don't mind my skin, by the way. Like, I'm blaming masks for it. Like, I have to wear a mask and work for 8 hours a day, so I'm just gonna blame that on the actual hack of my skin. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip my brush into this wee tub of water here, and I'll wipe it off a wee bit. But then I'm just gonna like dip into this brow cake stuff. So, ooh, high tech. I'm just gonna start off by doing a wee baseline. I think this colour actually works quite well with my eyebrows. And then I'm just gonna do like wee hair strokes. Oops. I think it'll just take a bit of getting used to. Like, I've not actually used this on myself before. I used it during my course in Makeup Pro Store and also on a one-to-one lesson that I did, but that was ages ago, so I can't remember exactly how you're meant to use it. I don't think I'm gonna like overly fill them in. Like, I'm just gonna do the baseline and then I'll carve them out. And then, see, to be honest, I might just leave the top and brush them up with soap or something. Please ignore the actual hack of that. I look like Jack Frost, like out of the Santa Claus movie. I should have thought this video through better. Like, I can't multitask, like I cannot talk and do makeup at the same time. So, really good video idea, Lucie. So I'm just using the back of my hand. Like, I've just been like dipping my brush into the water and using the product that's on the back of my hand rather than like continuing to dip into the product and waste it. And I'm just using the corner in case I ever want to use like the rest of it just as powder. Not that I actually ever do my makeup, but if I ever decide to. And then I'm just gonna like slightly drag up from the baseline just to blend it in a wee bit more. Like, that'll do for now. So I'm just going to conceal under my brows. Right, so I'm just going to take the Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer in the shade C2. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this on my flat concealer brush and I'm just going to carve underneath my brows. And I'm just dragging down from the line at the top. So I'm probably going to move on to eyeshadow next. So I've zoomed in even more now. So I'm just going to start off by... I'm just going to use my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 01. I'm just going to take this on my concealer brush and just prime my lids. Wish I could afford to have lashes on all the time because at the minute I just feel so bald. Like, my eyes look absolutely disgusting. Okay, so that is my lid primed. I don't set my lid or anything because I like there to be like a sticky base for my eyeshadows to stick to. So I'm using my Carnival palette, the new one. I've just noticed like it doesn't have any highlight shades in it this time, which is good because I never actually use them, so it's all just like completely full of eyeshadow. I'm gonna use these like brown shades in this wee section here. So I'm really drawn to the shade Tan Lines. Like, I think that looks so nice. Literally, my brushes are covered in purple eyeshadow. Didn't really think this through. Alright, BRB, I'm gonna go clean my brushes here. So I'm just gonna use my Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer to go in with the shade Tan Lines. I'm just stamping it onto my eyelid. And then I'm just doing the same on the other side. I'm actually loving having like a proper camera because it means I can actually like zoom in and stuff rather than just using my phone. But the one annoying thing is like I can't just airdrop things to my MacBook. Right, so I've just placed that colour and I obviously still need to blend it out, but oh my god, the pigmentation in this palette is unreal. Like, if you thought the Carnival palettes before were good, like, oh my god. I'll probably just take this wee brush here. Right, so I'm just blending out the harsh lines with this wee fluffy brush. This is just the Peaches and Cream PC22. Doing me back and forth and circular motions. I suppose I'm gonna have to go and charge this camera now, so I'll be back soon. So I just went and curled my hair while I was waiting for my camera to charge. That's only the second time using my Molly May curl kit and I'm still not used to it. Like, the curls at the back look quite nice, but I've just not mastered the pin curl. Like, once it drops out like this and I push it up like that, it just goes into an absolute mess. So I think I'd probably be better doing it with just like curvy grips or something like that. Yeah, anyway, back to the makeup. That shade Tan Lines has actually turned out to be a little bit more red than I thought. Like, it looks really brown in the palette, but looks more red on the skin. So yeah, I'm just going back in with that again just to add a wee bit more pigment. Right, so then to blend that out a wee bit, then I'm gonna go in with Sand. So it's just like this peachy orange sort of colour, and I'm just going to lightly dust over the edges of tan lines. Oh my god, these are so pigmented, they're actually so nice. Sounds like my DPE delivery. Right, so I'm gonna go back in with tan lines then to deepen it up again. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with a smaller brush and I'm gonna go into the shade Cocoa, which is a bit darker than the tan line shade that I just used, just to deepen it up a little bit. And don't worry, I'm gonna blend all this. Like, I know it looks a bit crazy at the minute, but trust the process. I'm just gonna take my original brush again and go back into tan lines just to buff the edges a bit more. This is turning out a lot darker than I wanted it to. Like, this is what I do. Like, I always blend it way too high and it goes so much higher than I actually want it to. This is why I want to learn how to do eyeshadow properly, because the course that I did focused a bit more on the base and stuff rather than eyeshadow and like blending techniques and stuff. So yeah, I really want to better myself on that, because that's one thing that I do actually struggle with. Just like the neatness more than anything else. Like, I can put the eyeshadows on okay, but see, just getting them even and making sure they're nicely blended and stuff, that's the hard bit. That's what I'm going to do the course for. That's my goal, is to improve my eyeshadow a little bit. I'm gonna go into that sand shade again and just lightly go over these edges again, trying not to blend them too far up. This has turned out so reddy rather than brown. Like, they look so brown in the palette, and then when you put them on, they're like a very reddy tone, which looks a bit weird because I'm wearing a pink jumper today, but oh well. I'm really excited to use all these like pinks and purples, but I'm literally just going down to boots today, so. I'm just gonna leave it at that, I think, and I'm going to go and grab a little cotton bud and just get rid of the shadow on my eyelids and just cut the crease a wee bit that way, just by getting rid of the shadow. Okay, so I've just got a wee cotton bud and I've just put it inside a makeup wipe here, so I'm just gonna remove like some of the eyeshadow. Right, so I've just removed a wee bit. I don't actually even know what I'm going for here. I think I'm just going to put a wee bit of concealer on the lid and then apply a shimmery shade. I might use my Gatsby pigment, the Peaches and Cream one that I got for my birthday. Let me see where my brush is. Oh my god, do you have to scream? Okay, so I've just got my P. Louise base in the back of my hand and I'm just using my Peaches and Cream PC40 brush. And I'm just going to dab the concealer onto my eye. I'm not going to do a cut crease or anything like too dramatic. I think I'm just going to leave it quite soft around the edges. So I'm just stamping it and sort of dragging down. Okay, and now there's too much on. It doesn't have to be anything too perfect. It's literally just to lighten the base a wee bit. So let's bring this the slightest bit over. And then I'm just gonna even it out a wee bit because I think I've brought this one a bit too high. Do you know what? I think I will use my Gatsby pigment. So I'm just gonna take my NYX glitter primer. Right, I'm just gonna take my Zoeva Luxe Smoky Shader brush and just to apply that glitter glue. And I'm just gonna apply it where I've applied the concealer pigment then, and just apply that. Oh my god, that is so pretty. I've only really had glitters before, like I've never had any proper pigments, and they're just so much more like fine grained and pretty. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, slightly obsessed. I'm just going to blend the edges a wee bit, so I'm going to go back in with the shade Cocoa. I'm just going to do like a thin line of liquid liner and then I'm going to move on to the face. So I'm using my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Black Trooper Black, sorry. And I'm just going to do like a thin line just to hide the lash band a wee bit. I said thin. Oh well. I always mess up the liquid liner and I end up doing the line too thick. I'm just gonna dust away any of that pigment. So I'm gonna go in with the Benefit Professional primer just to minimise my pores a bit. So let me see what foundation I'll use. Right, so I'm gonna mainly go in with Makeup Forever Y215 because it's like the palest one I've got, and I'm really pale at the minute obviously, but I just hate looking pale, like even if my neck and all is pale. Okay, and I'm running out of that, so that's really good. And then I'm gonna go in with the Y345, mix in with that. It's definitely not gonna be enough, oh well. I'm just gonna start on my chin because that's where all my spots are. I'm gonna have a video coming out soon. I mentioned it in my last video, my bedroom tour, that I'm going to do a living room transformation. I've been ordering like loads of different stuff for my living room getting all done up. Like my mum and dad have given me like complete control of it, and I'm so excited for it to all come together. We're going for like a woodland sort of themed living room. Like we ordered our sofa and all, like first of all, which is just like a charcoal grey, and we've got like a really long sort of living room, so we needed to get a wallpaper that wasn't too like repetitive, so we got it off this website called Photo Wall, I think, and it's just like a big massive like forest scene, but it's like I didn't want anything too tacky or like too colourful or anything. Like it's like white birch trees, and then we're going for like nice grey tartan curtains with matching cushions, and we're going for like a big wooden coffee table and stuff like that. Like the main theme is like nice woods, like to remind you of a forest, like you're in Centre Parks. So yeah, I'm so excited for that to all come together. Like it's getting completely transformed. We're getting walls put up, we're getting a new door put in, new fireplace, we're moving like the whole, we're basically changing the whole setup of it as well, and getting like a nice new rug and stuff like that. So I've been having like loads of fun designing that. I've never really done anything like that before. Like I've done my bedroom obviously and stuff like that, but living rooms have a lot more. I just threw my brush. Living rooms have a lot more you can do to them. We're hoping to have it all done for Christmas. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my under eye concealer. I'm running out of the concealer I actually want to use. I really need to buy some more. So I know you're not going to pump things, but YOLO. And then I've just got my new Peaches and Cream PC18 brush. I really need to buy more concealer, but I have no money. Did I mention I have no money? I say I have no money, I've got like loads in savings, but if I start transferring money from that, it'll never end, and then I will literally have no money, so. Okay, and another new product I'm trying then is my Airspun powder. It comes with a wee powder puff thing. But I'm just going to take that underneath my eye. I've got another new brush here, PC03, and I'm just going to place that under my eye just to set it. I actually really like the smell of this. Like I can see why people wouldn't. It kind of smells like baby powder mixed with like grannies, but I like that smell. My skin recently has just decided to go really oily again. Like I had really oily skin in school, and then it kind of calmed down for a bit, but in the past few weeks, honestly, like my forehead has been disgusting. Like, okay, so I'm gonna go and do the underneath of my eyes now. So I'm kind of just gonna mirror what I did on the top. So I'm just gonna start off, I'll use the cocoa one first, I think, because it's the darkest. Okay, so that's the darkest shade put on like just under my eye now. And then I'm going to go in with the tan line shade. And then just that sand shade just at the bottom. Okay, so that's all the underneath shades done as well, and I'll probably just put I'll do my lashes at the end actually, so I'm gonna go on to the base now. Okay, so I've got my MAC Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish Powder, and I'm just going to use this Peaches and Cream PC04 brush, and I'm just going to apply it to my cheeks. And I'm just going to balance my temples a little bit. Oh yeah, fun fact, the other day in work I was tidying the shoes, and I went to lift a box and put it underneath another set of like boxes of toddler shoes, and one hit me square in the forehead and actually cut me. And everyone was laughing at me being like, oh my god, wise up, like that hardly hurt you, but there's a proof, and it was really sore. And then I'm gonna go in with my Milani Baked Blush. I just have this brush. I think I got it off eBay like years ago. Like, it's just a wee cheap one, and I'm just gonna use that to apply my blush. So I'm not actually applying it to the apples of my cheeks anymore. I saw a TikTok like a couple of months ago saying that it's actually better to blend your blusher back into your bronzer just to give your cheekbones a bit more of like a lifted look. Because if you apply it to the apples of your cheeks, it will drag your face down. Well, it like depends on your bone structure and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna blend my blusher back into my bronzer. And they said to also apply it to your temples a wee bit as well, like just run like that. And it still like adds a nice colour without like dragging your face in, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm gonna use my new Morphe setting spray. That is so much nicer than the all-nighter setting spray. Like, it's like a nice wee mist rather than like big wet splats on your face. And then I'm gonna go in with my highlighter. My Doll Light Duo here, and I'm using the Shine Bright shade. I just find the Like a Diamond one too light for me. Like, I don't know. It's nice as like an inner corner highlight, which reminds me I need to do that. Yeah, I prefer the Shine Bright one. And on my nose and my Cupid's bow and between my eyebrows and just everywhere. Like, I love a good bit of highlight, so there we go, looking like Tin Man. And I'm gonna get a wee bit of inner corner highlight now as well, which I forgot to do, so I actually will just use that Like a Diamond shade, which is like the light one in this palette. And then I'm just gonna put my mascara and my lashes on now. So yesterday I decided I'm officially done with 2020. I was in work and I saw this wee girl looking at herself in the mirror while Savage was playing, literally throwing it back, and she was no older than like 8. And that's when I knew 2020 is over for me. Like, I'm done with it. I was thinking about this, so like, kids just have access to TikTok and there's absolutely no censoring in it whatsoever, so they're probably seeing like those WAP dances and like learning how to throw it back and all that before they're even 10. So at that age I was literally listening to like the chipmunk version of songs and stuff like that, not throwing it back. I mean, like, fair play to her, like, she can do it better than me. Like, I couldn't do that to save my life. But and then I'm putting on my favourite lashes ever, my Doll Lash Chloe Elizabeth. Oh, they've changed the packaging, I love that. I'll show you. It's got a wee like pull out tray. I haven't worn lashes in so long because I had my lash extensions on. I actually cannot wait because I just look like a wee bald egg at the minute. I just applied my lashes off camera, obviously, just while my battery was charging. But I'm just going to finish off now by doing my lips and putting the pear soap in my brows just to make them a wee bit more bushy than they already are. So I'm just going to use my new Peaches and Cream Praline lip liner, and I'm just going to use my usual matte creme de nude lipstick, and I might use a wee bit of my new Peaches and Cream gloss on it, but I'm not sure because anytime I do that I end up with a big streak of lip gloss up my face when my hair decides to like drag it up my face. But yeah, I'm just gonna apply this. I'm getting hungry now, so my hand's getting pure shaky, but I actually roll on the day I can afford to get lip filler because I'm sick of my lips only looking decent when I overline them. Like, I just want them to be nice and plump at all times. So I'm just bringing that in a wee tiny bit. And this is just like a really nice like brown sort of shade, which I haven't really used before. So I'm just going in with my matte creme de nude. I think that's a nice wee combo for autumn. Do you know what? I'll put a wee tiny bit of gloss just in the centre. So this is the Peaches and Cream Dream On lip gloss. Oh no, that's very, very pinky. And finally then, I'm just going to fluff up my brows a bit more than they already are with my hair soap and just swish it around on top of the soap until I get like a gel consistency. So that's me done. So this is the finished look with my ring light. So I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. Like, obviously the eyeshadow's not perfect, but I'm still learning. And yeah, I just, as I said, curled my hair with my Molly May curl kit, and I'm in the process of growing my fringe out at the minute, so ignore that. that's the best it can look at the minute. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I feel a lot better about myself than I did like an hour ago. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!